Good day, students. Today I'm going to teach you about what will be our PT for this second quarter, and that is how to create a liturgical calendar website. Okay, so you're expected to create a website just like this one, or you can also improve the website that I already created. Okay, so in this website, you have the menus such as the Advent, the Christmas, the Lent, the Easter, and the Ordinary Time. Okay, so these are the different Catholic ways that we have in our liturgical calendar. Okay, so in your performance test, you're also expected to have a link every time that we click the Advent. It will direct into a different web page. Okay, and every time that we click the Christmas or any of the following menus here, it will direct you into a different web page. Okay, so how to do this one, I'm going to share to you the coding that I have created for this. Let's go to our Notepad++. Okay, so this is our home page. Okay, so the one that you see a while ago is, this is the coding that I use. Okay, make sure grade 8 that the home page, make sure that you're going to rename it as homepage.html or homepage pt. Okay, it's for us teachers to identify which one is your homepage. Okay, so make sure that your file name should be homepage pt or homepage.html. Okay, so again, to start our coding, we need to start with the doctype HTML. That's the very first thing that you need to do. After that one, the HTML tag. The next one is our head, of course, and inside our head is the title. The title of our website is the liturgical calendar. Okay, so as what you can see here, we have here another link, and this link is the link that I have for my external CSS. Okay, so the style sheet href style2.css, this is uh, the link so that our external CSS will link our homepage.html. Okay, so after this one, we have our body and we have our h1. And for my h1, the title, I put this one as the liturgical year. This is what you see in my website, the very first uh, phrase that you can see in our website, and that is my h1. Okay, the next thing that we were going to do here is we were going to put now the different menus that we have. Okay, so for the menus, we have UL for unordered list, ULLI, that is the Advent, the Christmas, the Lent, the Easter, and the Ordinary Time. Okay, so these are the different menus that you can see in our homepage. Okay, these are the different list here. Okay, the Advent, the Christmas, the Lent, the Easter, and the Ordinary Time. Okay, the one that you see here, green, it has okay ahref. It's because I created a link to connect my another Advent HTML. Okay, so later I'm going to discuss to you what's the function of that one. Okay, but for now, let's focus on my homepage. Okay, again, the following list here are my menus. The Advent, the Christmas, the Lent, the Easter, and the Ordinary Times are the menus that you can see in my homepage. After that one, we have our paragraph. So the first paragraph that you can see there is, okay, this one, the liturgical year the liturgical year of the Roman Catholic Church is often referred to as the year of grace. Okay, so this one is my paragraph number 1. So for this, I classify this one as my P1. Okay, so I created P class equals, it's because I'm going to the reason why I classify this one as P1 because I changed the first letter. I changed the first letter of the paragraph, which is the letter T. I changed the size and the color for this one. That's why I classify this one as my P1 or paragraph number 1. And the second one here is my paragraph number 2. This is the second paragraph that I have. So to classify the different paragraph, all you have to do is to write the class. Okay, so it means to say that we classify the following paragraph as paragraph number 1, paragraph number 2, and I have also a paragraph here. Okay, so this is just an ordinary paragraph wherein it does not have any classification. Okay, so these are the things that you can see in my homepage. Now, the different styles that you can see in my website is through my CSS. Okay, so for my H1, I I change it, or I change the font into Paperus. I put it into the center and I change the color. This one is the hexadecimal for pitch. Okay, so you can copy this one or you can change the color that you like. Okay, and for my list, the Advent here, the Advent, the Christmas, the Lent, the Easter, and the ordinary time. Here is my CSS. So I changed the display into inline, the border into PX black solid. For the padding, I changed it into 15px. The font family is Paperus. The font size is 20px. The color is white, and the font weight is bolder. Okay, because I want it to a little bit to give more emphasis in my as a menu in my website. So I changed the font weight into bolder. Okay, I also put hover in my menus. So I put ULLI hover, and every time that it hovers, it changes its color into a pitch. Okay, so this is the hexadecimal for pitch. Okay, after that one, I change the background color or the background image of my website. To change the background image of your website, all you have to do is to write background dash image URL and the file name of the picture. Make sure that you put the extension, and that is the .jpg. Okay, now after that one, I also change the background size into cover. Okay, by the way, it's very important to link this CSS to our homepage by using this link. Make sure that you have this link so that every changes that you have for your homepage, every changes that you have in your CSS will be connected or will be linked to your homepage.html. So make sure that you have this one. Okay. So after that one, I change the paragraph. Okay, my paragraph. The font size will be 25 and the color will be white. Okay, as what you can see here, for my P1, that's why that I put a classification, because I need to change the first letter. I need to modify the first letter of my P1 or the paragraph number 1. The first letter of it will become pitch, and I also change the font size into 45px. That's why, that's what you can see here in our website here. Okay, the first letter of our P1 changes into a little bit bigger than the other letters that you can see here, and the colors also change, okay, into pitch. Okay, that's why I classify we use the classify so that this certain command will only apply to the first letter of our paragraph. Same with our paragraph number 2. Okay, so I also put here in H2, the color of my H2 is white, and also for the paragraph. Okay, so these are the CSS for my homepage. After that one, I need to create another HTML for my Advent. Okay, so this is my Advent. Okay, but every time that I'm going to click here the Advent, this is one that you can see. Okay, so to do that, all you have to do is to create another or to click new here. When you click new, okay, make sure to save this one. Click save as, and make sure to save it with an extension .html. Okay, so I already saved it. I already created this one, so I'll just going to write it as an X or click the X. So this is the Advent HTML. Okay, so as what you can see here, of course, since this one is an HTML, so we're going to start with a doc type HTML, the head and the title, which is the Advent. And as what you can see here, I have here another CSS for my Advent. This is my Advent CSS. So I changed or I clicked the new here and created another CSS. Okay, so that everything that I want to change for my Advent HTML, all I have to do is to do it in my CSS. Okay. At the same time, you have here the paragraph that you have seen in my website. So these are the paragraph that I put in the Advent HTML. Okay. So it's very important that you have a different CSS for each pages. It's because you can modify something if you want to change something in your in a certain pages. You can do it if it has a different CSS. So in my case, I have here H1. These are the font family that I use, the text align, the color which is violet. So I also change the body, the background image, and the background size. I also change the color of my paragraph, the font size of my paragraph, and the font family. Okay. So for my Christmas, that is also what I did. The same thing with my advent.html. I save this one as an HTML and it has also a corresponding CSS. Okay. By the way, let's go back to our home page. Okay, so this is our home page. As what you can see here, we have here an ahref, and this is the advent.html. Without this one, we cannot connect the advent.html. So make sure in your homepage you need to put this one in your menu. Okay, the ahref advent, so that every time that you click the advent, this advent.html page is the one that your viewers will see. Okay, same thing with our Christmas. We need also to connect this one with our HTML Christmas. Okay, same with our Lent, same with our Easter, and same with our ordinary time. Okay, so that's it. You can put something, you can improve something, you can add another design into your HTML. This is just a sample website for our performance task. Again, we will going to check how creative you are when it comes in creating your website. Okay, I know you are creative and you are very creative, grade 8. Okay, so this time I want you to do something. I want you to improve something from the code that I have done, and I really want to see it in your final output, and that is our performance task. Okay, so after you already created your website, okay, so as what you can see, we have a folder, okay, a folder for our website. And when you submit it into our Schoology, okay, so this is our folder. This is the folder of our website. If we're going to submit this one into Schoology, all I want to see is the compressed file. Okay, how to compress our file? Okay, this is an example of a compressed file, grade 8. Okay, this is the one that you are going to send in Schoology. Okay, so to compress the file that you have, all you have to do is to highlight everything. Okay, to highlight everything, all you have to do is click Control A. After you click Control A, we're going to do the right click and we're going to click send to. When you click send to, you're going to see a drop down and please click compress or zip folder. Once you click this one, automatic, all of the files that you have in this folder will be compressed and it will change into this one. Okay, it will look like this one. Okay, so just change the file name, just rename it into PT for second quarter, and that is what you're going to send in your Schoology account. Okay, again, please compress your file before you send it in Schoology because I cannot open your file once you were not able to compress all of the files, okay, for your performance task. Make sure that everything is properly compressed before you send it in Schoology. Okay, so that's it for our tutorial video. I hope that you can produce a very good output, a very good website for the second quarter. Okay, so thank you so much and have a nice day, everyone.